balance it. May trial balance.
Eh.
Oh, anong ginagawa mo rito?
Angas yung kantang yan, boy, ah. Anong title niyan?
Trial balance song. Alam mo ba to? Nagtatanong ka.
Hindi. Bakit kailangan ko ba malaman bago ko makanta?
Malamang, kailangan mo malaman to para maintindihan mo kung ano tong kinakanta ko. Aralin mo muna kung gusto mong malaman.
Yabang mo. Madali lang naman yan.
Ano yan?
Huwag ka nga dito.
Oh, dami pala eh. Dahil mali.
Yabang na ito. Matama ko lang to. Mamaya ka sa akin.
Ano? Kaya mo pa? Tulungan na nga kita. Ganito kasi yan eh. You're struggling in not just doing the trial balance that you made for accounting. Until the cash still can balance. You don't know what and why it's still not enough. And that's how you do adjusting trial balance. Ano, gets mo na?
Uy! Hindi ko mo rin mag-gets, boy. Ano ba talaga yung adjusted trial balance?
Hirap mong turuan, boy. Ganito kasi yan, yung adjusted trial balance. Bago ko ipaliwanag kung ano nga ba ang adjusted trial balance, bibigyan muna kita ng kaunting kaalaman about sa history nito. Kauna-unahan itong nakita sa librong nailimbag ni Luca Pacioli o kilala bilang ama ng accounting noong 1494 na tinatawag na Summa de Arithmetica. Makikita ito sa seksyong pinamagatang Particularis de Computis et Scripturis. Although he did not use the term, he essentially prescribed a technique similar to a post-closing trial balance. Trial balance is a technique for checking the accuracy of the debit and credit amounts recorded in various ledger accounts. It is basically a statement that exhibits the total of debit and credit balances recorded in various accounts of ledger. Accordingly, trial balance is prepared to check the accuracy of the various transactions that are posted into the ledger account. It is certainly one of the important accounting tools as it reveals the final position of all accounts. Further, it is used in preparing the final accounting statement of the business. So, an adjusted trial balance lists the general ledger account balances after any adjustment have been made. These adjustments typically include those for prepaid and accrued expenses, as well as non-cash expenses like depreciation. It's that simple. Prepared at the end of an accounting period, the end of the financial year, the adjusted trial balance is reported on a business financial statements, which provide useful information about profits and losses, cash flow, and expenses. The purpose of preparing an adjusted trial balance is to ensure that the final statements for the period are accurate and up to date. It corrects any errors to make the statements compatible with the requirements of an applicable accounting framework. You can use the report to analyze end-of-period performance, and it is often applied when creating closing entries, which are journal entries to transfer temporary accounts to permanent accounts. Use the unadjusted trial balance, only adding the adjusting entries to the accounts that are affected by all the adjustments. Although this method is arguably the easiest, it can only apply to the small businesses with few adjusting entries. An adjusted trial balance is created after all adjusting entries have been posted into the appropriate general ledger account. This adjusted trial balance is completed to ensure that the period-ending financial statements will be accurate and in balance. In addition, an adjusted trial balance is used to prepare closing entries. Preparing an adjusted trial balance is the sixth step in accounting cycle. An adjusted trial balance is prepared by creating a series of journal entries that are designed to account for any transactions that have not yet been completed.
Oh, baka sa dinami-rami ng sinabi ko, wala kayong nakuha.
Ganun pala yung adjusted trial balance.
Oo, ganun lang yung kadali.
Paano naman yung mga steps sa paggawa ng adjusted trial balance?
Ay, oo, yan pa pala. Ganito kasi yan.
These are the steps kung paano gawin ang adjusting o adjusted trial balance. First, calculate the balances of each of the ledger accounts. Business transactions are first recorded in the form of journal entries following the basic accounting principles. These journal entries then go into the ledger accounts involved in the various business transactions. Second, record debit or credit balances in trial balance. The remaining debit or credit balance in various accounts of ledger as ascertained above are then recorded in the trial balance. The balances of each of the accounts of ledger are recorded in the debit or the credit columns as the case may be. Third, calculate total of the debit column. Ascertain the total of the debit column. This is done after recording all the debit balances of the various accounts of ledger put into the debit column of trial balance. Fourth, calculate total of the credit column. Ascertain the total of the credit column. This is done after recording all the credit balances of the various accounts of ledger put into the column of trial balance. Fifth, check if debit is equal to credit. Finally, you need to check if the total of debit column matches the total of the credit column. As specified earlier, trial balance is prepared to check the accuracy of debit and credit balances of various accounts of ledger. Both debit and credit columns of the trial balance must tally since every debit has every credit. However, it is an indication that there were some errors made while recording transaction in ledger or trial in cases where they are not equal. Ang limang nabanggit ko ang mga steps kung paano gawin ang adjusting o adjusted trial balance. Ngayon naman, kailangan mong tandaan na ayon sa accounting principle, all assets, expenses, and receivables must have debit balances, while all liabilities, incomes, and payables must have credit balances.
Ganun lang pala yun eh. Sa tingin ko, kaya ko nang gawin.
So, oh come on. You got it wrong. You need to put all title every transaction.
I don't know why, can't get it right. I need to go back to my journal. I see everyone else doing the adjusting. Everyone else can balance.
Trial balance is the technique for checking the amount of debit debit and credit with accuracy that also need to be adjusted after all entries. We all know, we all know you can do it. It needs addition, subtraction, and a lot of focus, computation, and attention to make our financial balance successfully. We all know, we all know you can do it. That's how you do adjusting.
I think now. I know how to do it now. Adjusted trial balance lists the general ledger account balances after any adjustment have been made.
Oh, ano naman? Nagawa mo dito?
Alam ko na yung adjusted trial balance.
Niyayabangan mo ako, gumawa ng kantan to.
Pakinig na ako.
Kulit na ito eh. Sige na nga.
Yun!
You're struggling in adjusting the trial balance that you made for accounting. Adding the cash still can't balance. You don't know what and why, it's still nothing.
Everyone else doing the adjusting. Everyone else can balance.
Trial balance is the technique for checking the amount of debit and credit with accuracy that also need to be adjusted after all entries. We all know, we all know you can do it. It's addition, subtraction, and a lot of focus, computation, and attention to make our financial balance successfully. We all know, we all know you can do it. That's how you do adjusting. So, come on, you got it wrong. You need to put all title every transaction.
I don't know why. Can't get it right. I think I need to go back to my journal. I see. Everyone else doing the adjusting. Everyone else can balance it.
Trial balance is the technique for checking the amount of debit and credit with accuracy that also need to be adjusted after all entries. We all know, we all know you can do it. It's addition, subtraction, and a lot of focus, computation, and attention to make our financial balance successfully. We all know, we all know you can do it. That's how you do adjusting. Trial balance is the technique for checking the amount of debit and credit with accuracy that also must be adjusted after entries. I think now I know how to do it now. It means addition, subtraction, and a lot of focus, computation, and attention to make our financial balance successfully. We all know, we all know you can do it. That's how you do adjusting.